It's time. Well, good Tuesday afternoon to you all. All right. What a day, what a day, what a day. And by that I mean it's not much going on. Not much going on. We have some TB stuff to do, and we got all of our new player experience stuff to handle, and hopefully, although history would suggest that this is not going to be the case, but hopefully those platoons get filled for the Cal Kestis mission, and I can get on it and get after it and show it. And otherwise, I'll put it off till tomorrow. And we'll just do it, before the we'll do an early morning thing or something. Maybe I don't know. We have a lot of options. We got time, and yeah. So, I hope everybody's day is going well. Pretty uneventful here so far. Just a standard day of doing stuff. Let's see, 470. We need to do one more. There we go. Using up all my crystals, but I wanted to. Who did I want to gear up? I wanted to give, I think, Gideon or somebody. I wanted to give more gear to somebody, so I ended up buying a couple of small things to push the gear level up a little bit. So I'm a little short on crystals. A little short on crystals. Yeah, I can 7-star him, but yeah, I need to start looking at, like, maybe I just need to start, like, creeping on, collecting that free energy, doing stuff like that instead of spending the crystals for the refresh. That's my habit for my main account, because I have enough of a crystal income that, dropping, like 200 crystals a day on refreshes is not a big deal. But we don't have that here. Not yet. Why do I have Mara Jade flagged? 6D dark side, or for the low price of $9.50, you can get a, what's that going to get you? 4-star Mara Jade. All right, not bad. Or hard side. Oh wait, light side, 6D hard mode. We should be close to that, I would think. I would think we would be. Yeah, we could actually make a little bit of a project out of that today. Getting this stuff unlocked and getting to 60 and getting Mara on farm. Because we have added, we've got Kyle Katarn on farm. I did some work and made it to the TIE Defender node, so I'm farming Iden and I'm farming TIE Defender now too as well. I need to remember. I need to favorite that and hit that. Hey, Kenobi, good to see you, man. Don't sweat not being here, man. Don't sweat not being here. Especially, I think the last time you said you had some family stuff going on. So, yeah, this is a game, and I love you guys, and I love that you come and hang out. But do not ever stress not being here. I mean that sincerely. Like, you guys are the best. You guys give me amazing support, but don't ever stress it if you can't make it. But it's good to have you here now, my friend. It's very good to have you here. I hope everything's okay. son of a... Why doesn't it just kick to the max? Oh, well, I definitely know how that one goes. Did they assign her a number on the scale? Because it's 1, 2, 3 basically for the level. Sammy's a high 2, low 3, depending on interpretations of things. That's probably. I mean, it's not going to be. That's going to be a 2, probably tops. Yeah, it's still a challenge. I mean, the level of number does not indicate how easy or hard anybody's situation is. But yeah, no, and honestly, if it just happened, like Sammy had really bad anger issues when it started. When it first started manifesting in him, he definitely started lashing out a lot more than he ever used to. But that gets better with time. I mean, it doesn't make it any easier while you're waiting for everything to kind of smooth out, but it'll smooth out. It'll 100% will smooth out. And then hopefully there's a lot of support in your area, medically and counselor wise, stuff like that makes all the difference in the world. But being there for your sister and your niece will also make all the difference in the world. Nice. Good. That's perfect. Yeah. This just the social interacting I think you'll see a difference before you know it. But yeah, of course I'm here to talk. If you ever need anything or questions answered or whatever, I'm more than willing to share my experiences. But also, if you want to take your mind off stuff, we can talk about anything else you feel like talking about. Wow, these guys they really don't want me getting a 4-star or a 5-star. They don't want me to have a better home 1. Oh, outstanding. It's always, yeah, they don't want me to have a better home 1. All right, so I get the hint. Game. I'll back off. Oh, Hippo. Hello, hello, hello. You know, slow day. Slow day in the, well, just in the game in general. Just a real slow day. Not much going on, you know. We do, we will hopefully have a Cal mission to hit and take care of before too long on the main account and, you know, all that good stuff. But, yeah, just a slow day today. Kind of a chill day. We're waiting for GAC to kick off again. Ah, hey, Vyth, how you doing? Yep, us too. Everything's super chill today. Everything's super chill. Just gonna do that. I think this is much more attainable. Yeah, I did my platoons. You know, I got like my fleet arena placement on my main account, but I did like the Endor escalation and stuff like that too, first thing. But yeah, there's just not much going on. We got our day off from GAC. Oh, sweet. Oh, you'll make it. You'll be in time for the event, for sure. Hands down, that's awesome. Oh, even better. Even better. I haven't looked to see when our next raid is launching. I have a feeling it's going to be Thursday. Rough guess is Thursday. All right. Well, we needed more of that stuff pretty desperately, so I'm happy to have it. Let's see. Let's see what's going on in the store. Ooh, look! I can unlock Biggs's fighter, assuming I have Biggs himself unlocked. Because you can't farm the nodes anymore. They're gone. Oh, for your Darth Maul Sidious team. Good. Let me know what your score is. I'm kind of looking to just get everything kind of dialed in. I'm not really looking to make another jump in score until I get Jar Jar. I think that's just going to be the situation. But But we'll see. You never know. Wait, did I? Sure, let's activate it. Alright, well there's one more light side ship, and now we got to get it all the way up to here before we can use it for Chimera. $51, okay. How's his offense looking? Well, that looks like the only show in town. Of course. Of course. Well, it looks like the hyperdrive bundle takeover is almost complete. We got that guy still hanging on somehow. And this guy. Yes, the hyperdrive takeover is darn near complete. That is unfortunate. We will see though if I can ninja my way up to here. Yeah, big thing. Get your mall and your cities. Get them as much offense as you can. It's going to make the biggest difference. Along with the speed, obviously, but. Yeah, when we kick it over to the main account, I will take a peek at I'll take a peek at our raid tickets. That'll give me an idea. I have a feeling it's going to be Thursday. Thursday, I think I'm only going to stream in the morning because I'm going to go see Deadpool at 3 in the afternoon, my time on the East Coast. So it'll be like 6:37 by the time I get home. And then we're gonna eat dinner and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't think there'll be an afternoon stream on Thursday. But we'll do like the GAC and everything. Because it's Tuesday signups today. Set up for the next 24 hours and then it's off. Yeah, Thursday morning. Well, I was just looking to see if maybe they were going to have like a midnight showing or whatever at about an hour away. They have a AMC with a screen called the Big D. I know, the Big D. It's basically an IMAX almost. And I was like, oh, maybe there's a late night screening. I can go and see it. And they're doing tons of showings on Thursday, like a special premiere event or whatever. So I was like, screw it. Let's go check it out. Because I told my wife I wanted us to go see it because she likes Deadpool too. She thinks it's funny. And then my mom's going to be here in a few days for Sam's birthday. And we just couldn't, and we're going out of town for a couple of days, and we just couldn't really figure out the timing. So it seemed like the best way to go and see it. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope it's everything they're hyping it up to be. My faith in Marvel is dented. I'm not going to say it's broken, but it's definitely taken a beating over the past few years with between the movies and the shows and just the overall lack of quality. But I'm hoping I'm hoping this is the big turnaround or the start of the big turnaround. And that's what the hype is saying. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I've been seeing a lot of that too. I've been seeing a lot of that. You're gonna be so happy. Oh, it's what you've been waiting for. Blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, well, cool, but don't fucking let me down. Don't let me down. There's a lot riding on that movie. You need Ewoks to do this, don't you? Yeah, I ain't got no Ewoks. Well, that's a bitch. No murder bears, and there will be no murder bears for a while. That's done already. Okay. Well, let's start hitting our bookmarked farms. $818. What would it cost me to... Ooh, all of it. All of it. Every last bit of it. Screw it. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's get her up a gear level, and then that should open up. Yeah, there we go. Start making this thing just a little bit better. Because there is a very real possibility, just due to the speed of how we are unlocking more rebel ships now, that there's going to be a chance I'm going to have to try to bang out the Chimera event with just 3 or 4 ships, because yeah, we've been over this and over this. You know, yeah, I can buy the shards and that's great, but you can't farm them, and that's a problem. That is a problem. I mean, at least we have this going for us. I guess I can get him. Although his level doesn't matter nearly as much. It helps the ship, obviously, but it doesn't matter nearly as much as anything else. Yeah, that damn Chimera is kind of buried behind a paywall now. We will worry about the rest of that later. Oh, I gotta get to 4C hard on fleet battles for you. This will be, I want this for Chimera for obvious reasons. If you know, you know. The turn meter feed and all that stuff, but oh, it's one of those days. I mean, at least it gave me some vulture droid. But yeah, needing to get a better fleet so I can hopefully maintain fleet payouts. Okay, Vader. It's my other pilot. We need the shards for this, yeah. Need more of that, but yeah, we'll do this. There we go. At least it's Cantina, so I can throw as much energy as I feel like. So this one hopefully will be done, and that between that and did I check my TIE bomber? I probably didn't. Oh, there we go. It's not a bad call. And needed for Leia. Killer with any Rebels team. So, and you throw him on a Rebel team, you're doing good. You throw him on a Phoenix team, you're doing good. You throw him with gas. If you have General Anakin, he doesn't benefit from the not being able to be killed while Anakin is standing part, but he provides a lot to the team, regardless. So he's a fantastic character. One of the best, marquees that they've put out into the game in recent memory, I think. I enjoy everything about him. Everything. He's excellent. He is excellent. Okay. Did I not favorite the Raven's Claw? Because, yeah, spoiler alert, I'm farming the Raven's Claw because it's actually a farmable ship. Ooh. Alright, I mean, I don't want to buy a refresh, but I'll take the 3. For darn sure I'll take the 3, and then I need to flag Kyle. Oh, he's Cantina. Shoot. Well, we'll go without farming Kyle today. Excellent, Hippo. Excellent. Yeah. You will not regret having good old Captain Rex on your side. He is outstanding, and you'll like gas too. It's kind of weird. You can unlock gas technically without doing the event now, I guess, if you're willing to wait long enough to farm the currency. But it's definitely worth doing the event because, it levels up your Separatist droids and Asajj, and doing that, your Separatist droids, you got a team for Naboo. Asajj is required for the new Ahsoka. So lots of crossover. Lots of intermingling of goals and objectives. So good bounty hunter. Good Lord, that's pricey. $60. Ooh, this is not a good deal, my friends. This is not a good deal. Not if there were 3 times the crystals in here, maybe. But this is not a good deal at all. Whatever you do, unless you're desperate and you're sitting on just stupid amount of free money, expendable income, don't ever buy that. You're better off buying crystals and buying the stuff that way. But yes, that's true. But it's just a weird thought to me that you can, I guess, in theory, unlock gas without having to do his event. But his event is worth doing. Okay. Okay, so where is Mara? Where is Mara at again? Because I figure I'm farming Kyle. I'm farming Mara. Not going to be a stretch to want to farm Dash and the Outrider. So that leaves Talon and a path to Starkiller. So she is 6D on light side, hard mode. So I am in 6 normal. Okay. We'll at least make some of this progress towards her. I don't know that we'll get there today, and we need to go poke our heads into the territory battle here on this guild and see how we're doing. Well, no, I didn't even have the option to buy the Star Killer bundle on this account. This account wasn't even made when the bundle was offered. But even even if this account was made when that bundle was offered, I probably would not do it. If I decide to go the route of spending money on this account, it'll be Hyperdrive bundle, more or less would be what I would do. But that's not something I'm even going to consider until I'm already 85, which kind of removes some of the purpose of buying the Hyperdrive bundle, but you get a lot of gear. It takes all those characters that are in it to purple gear. It gives you a bunch of currency and other stuff. So, I mean, you do, and the gear, there's just a ton of gear. But that's, yeah, you get a ton of stuff. But, I mean, the Star Killer farm isn't that hard. And, I mean, also, I'm not earning Zetas. I'm not earning... Oh, God, we got a Leia. I didn't even notice what I clicked. I just clicked I looked at the GP and was like, oh, that looks good. Yeah, Star Killer's not that hard of a farm. I mean, frankly, I would be... Although having Star Killer in earlier GAC brackets is probably a massive advantage. It's probably akin to having a Galactic Legend. You know, and I don't really have a path to Malicos until I can get into Proving Grounds and all that stuff, and then that's going to take God knows how long to have a team capable of even beating the event. Sure, Plo Koon. We like Plo Koon. I mean, those Lightspeed bundles and Hyperdrive bundles and all that stuff that they offer, they're typically good deals. The Star Killer one, to me, was the one with the least value. To me, that seemed like a test balloon. They're like, okay, we know we'll buy the $10 Ray and SOKR, but will they buy a $50 Star Killer? And I'm guessing a lot of people did not, because you haven't seen one that pricey since. I think $20 is probably a reasonable, if they're offering it as a catch-up thing, $20 is very, very reasonable for a Star Killer. You know, because you're not getting, you're getting the characters to unlock them, great, but you're not getting the Omis, you're not getting the Zetas. There's still a ton of work to put into them to make them viable. But yeah, $50 is excessive for Star Killer for sure. I mean, and honestly, like the bundle, other than GLs, obviously, let's set them aside. But like the bundles I would be most interested in on this account, were they to pop up again, would be something like Geonosians. You know, it was like a $10 bundle. It got you all of them at like Relic 3. That opens up some doors. That gets you to where, hey, if you're doing a GOTB, you can get Watt shards. You know, you can unlock Padme with that team. You know, there's a lot you can do with that team. It's a solid. I mean, it's not a top tier team anymore, but you're throwing it down on defense and GAC at a lower bracket, and you're going to give people some fits. Yeah, and other than Koth, that Jedi bundle was pretty good. But you know, Eth Koth was sold as to be like, oh, he'll be good for the raid, and there are literally zero people recommending him for a spot. Assuming you have other options. I guess if you have no other option, throw him in there for sure. It's not a thing. He'll get you a score. He's a body. He'll do damage. But nobody's recommending him for like his abilities or what he brings to the team. I'm dedicated to making Koth work. Well, good luck. I haven't tried. I haven't even tried. Ooh, we got a Ray. We got a Shock T. Yeah, and that Phoenix bundle they offered was really, really good value too. I'm trying to remember all the ones they've offered. Yes, yes. Well, I mean, and truth be told, half of the units that were in that Jedi bundle are with, well, no, more. It's like, who do I have from that bundle? Lumi and Qui-Gon and Kit. Lumi, Qui-Gon, and Kit are on a team with Ayla Sakura, and I'm blanking on the fifth. Shock T maybe, and then the leftovers from that are with Kelleran and Cam and Kelleran. But the other double benefit to that Jedi bundle was you got Qui-Gon. You throw an Omi on him, you've got a solid GAC Omi, especially in lower tiers. I mean, mine in Kyber gets me holds from time to time. Not all the time, but from time to time it'll get a hold. Somebody tries to cheaply kill it and it ends up getting a hold, you know? It does happen. I can only imagine the lower brackets in GAC. He's probably something you don't want to run into. And it's probably going to be a two-shot. You know, you just kind of, okay, well, we're going to nuke out Qui-Gon and we're going to eat the consequences. You know, I just realized I am not even on the screen that lets me watch for ads. Oh, ads are in progress. That's freaking ironic. And ads are over in just a few seconds. All right, and there's ads over and done with. Okay, everybody should be back. I'm very excited. San Diego Comic Con's coming up this weekend. Not that I'm going. I've never been. Even when I lived in San Diego, I never had the chance to go. But I don't know if they're going to do any. I know they're doing a Marvel thing. I don't know if they're going to announce any Star Wars projects. I kind of hope they do. But they might be saving those for D23. Which I think is like mid-August or something along those lines. But I'm hoping we get just a little bit of Star Wars news leaking out of San Diego. It would be nice. It'd be nice to have something to look forward to because, I mean, other than that Lego Star Wars thing they got coming up here soon, I don't really have anything to look forward to. Oh, look at it. We can start farming Gungans. Isn't that beautiful? Because I don't know what to make a skeleton crew. I'll check it out. Because I will check out pretty much everything that's called Star Wars at least once. I don't want to go so far as to say as it can't be worse than the Acolyte, because let's face it, anything's possible. But yes, exactly. I hope for the best, and I want them to keep making projects. So I will, even if I'm not necessarily super thrilled, I will sit down and watch it. I will scope it out. Because I do want them to keep making Star Wars shows. I want them to keep making movies. So I'm gonna keep supporting the brand because I'm hoping one day they'll decide to get around to to Revan and do it right. And, old Republic stuff and do it right. Jude Law is a great actor. He really is. Uh, I mean, homie was just doing John Wick movies the other week, so I'm pretty sure he could handle choreographed lightsaber stuff. And if they think he looks too old, they can de-age him. Well, see, what Disney first did was they're like, okay, we own Star Wars now, cool. And George Lucas is like, hey, I had sequels kind of mapped out. Here's what I was thinking about doing if I ever decided to do it. And Disney was like, oh, cool. You were gonna have Darth Maul turn out to be alive. He was gonna be training an apprentice called Darth Talon. There was gonna be all sorts of stuff. Okay. Well, we're not gonna do any of that. We're gonna go our own way. And Lucas is like, all right, I tried. Ooh, okay. This is gonna be an important note for me to bookmark. I mean, George took the money. Here's the thing. He also didn't need the money. Um, you know, that guy hasn't been broke since before I was born. And also, I mean, George could have stepped aside from all of it and just handed the reins to Filoni, and everything would have been fine. He didn't need to sell to Disney. But he sold to Disney. It is what it is. We've gotten The Mandalorian out of it. We've gotten a lot of good stuff. So it's really hard to complain. I mean, if he was at the point where he was, like, worried about passing away, and I don't know much about, kids or anything like that. I know he's got a daughter because I heard Joey Fatone from NSYNC tell a story of how George brought his daughter backstage to meet them one time, and then a bunch of the guys from NSYNC ended up as extras in Attack of the Clones. Um, like they didn't make it on screen, I don't think, but they were like they shot like in the Geonosian arena and some like background stuff for the Jedi Temple. As like Padawans, they put like Padawan braids on them and stuff like that. So I know he's got a daughter, but I mean, he could have, the family, he could have left it to his family and they could have just been like, okay, you guys are running it. I mean, he had Dave Filoni right there. But again, I don't think we would have gotten The Mandalorian without it going to Disney and without Favreau getting involved. So, say what you will, they have done some good things. It's just the Acolyte is just the more I think about the Acolyte, the more it kind of dawns on me how much of a hot mess it really is, or was, however you want to word it. Okay. Oh, this is a very high quality light side sector when you're looking at what's being unlocked. So we had Eighth Brother here. We also got the IG-2000. We have Mara Jade. We have Fennec. She's awesome. We got the B-28 Extinction Class Bomber. Um, I I think what happened at Lucasfilm was Kathy Kennedy decided that she wanted to make her own legacy and not continue George's. And I think it's gotten where we're at because, you know, why continue with what's been mostly working for 40 years when we can, you know, try all this new stuff. And there's nothing wrong with trying new stuff. You absolutely have to try new stuff. But you try a new thing once and see how it goes. Okay, so Mandalorian, new thing. Favreau and Filoni, mostly behind all that, did great. Andor, great. Obi-Wan, not amazing, but not horrible. Ahsoka, good. I'm going to say pretty strong good. Bad Batch, fantastic. Last season of Rebels, fantastic. So they've been hitting. The sequel movies were a mess. Total mess. Because of all the, you know, they didn't have a story plan from A to B to C. They had multiple directors. You know, Gareth Edwards dropped out of the last one or was fired from the last one and was replaced by JJ, which is fine. JJ, The Force Awakens is a good movie, but it's just been a mess. It's just been a mess. Like you can't tell a big story without it. Like you can't just make it up when you get to the next part. If you want to tell a big story that actually makes sense, you have to have it map A to B, A to B, A to B, A to B. You know, you can't just make it up as you go along, which is kind of what it felt like they did. I think my biggest problem with the Acolyte, or I think why it failed, or whatever, however you want to word it, I think they tried to do too much. They were trying to tell like 3 or 4 different stories in how many episodes did they have? 6? 8? Whatever. They didn't have many episodes, and they were like 35, 40-minute episodes. They did not have a lot of time to tell a story. And they were trying to tell 3 of them. Yeah, and now, of course, 2 of them were kind of interconnected, you know, with the whole, you know, the twins and Soul and those other Jedi and blah, blah, blah. But then they had this really, who I thought was the best character. They had the stranger, Kamir, whatever you want to call him, kind of lurking in the background the whole time. And they didn't hardly touch him. They had weird-ass Plagueis in a cave peeking around a corner all creepy. With no explanation as to, one, why is he even there, because he wasn't even born yet at the time that the show is taking place. According to the old canon, of course, they changed canon multiple times in that show because it was convenient for them. The show should have been about Kamir. The show should have been about Kamir. Because even with... Okay, so we had the Cortosis helmet, right? Pretty badass. Pretty cool stuff. He's deactivating lightsabers. It's fine. That's from old canon. Cortosis has been a thing for a long time. But then he said the other reason he wore it is because it blocked his thoughts. It was just him in there. Nobody could sense what he was thinking. But he had no problem sensing. He could receive, but he wasn't transmitting. How does that work? The helmet isn't mystical. It's a material that he assembled. He crafted this helmet to block his thoughts from getting out. Well, how was the thought? How was he? You get what I'm saying? How was he like able to use the Force? Because what was his name? The Yord. He said, "Oh, he got in my mind, and then he never left. I've never seen anything like that." How is he able to transmit stuff and sense stuff without being sensed? It's either blocking the Force or it's not. It's you know, like just little things like that. You know, the fire and space thing, whatever. It could have been oxygen was also being funneled through, and there was enough of a whatever. You know, there's certain things you have to suspend disbelief for, I guess, but you know, when they state the purpose of a thing and then contradict how that, you know, the purpose of that thing simultaneously, in the next episode, oh, it's keeping them out of my head. Okay, well, how are you getting into their heads? If it's blocking everything, and if it's just you and the Force in that helmet, how is anything getting in and out? Make it make sense. I mean, if the helmet was like a mystical thing, okay, we can work with that. If it was a mystical Force artifact that, you know, whatever, we can work with that. But it wasn't any of those things. We are going to get... I don't want her calling assists. Okay. It'd be somewhat okay if they incorporated like a bloodline force right enough for no, I mean, me and my brother, this is, you know, amongst the many other things we talk about, we this is the sort of stuff we just kind of bounce thoughts and feedback off of each other. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I was a very big fan of, like, the lightsaber choreography was very, very good. I liked the fights. It's just they tried to do a little too much. They needed to make it simpler. They're like, oh, it's going to be a mystery. Well, they solved the mystery for us after like 2 episodes. And then all the other stuff, just, you know, with how the twins were created, whatever. You know, it's fine, but it also didn't need to be like that, you know. And then, yeah, they just tried to do too much. I think they were ambitious, and I think the ambition got ahead of them. That's kind of where I'm at. So it wasn't, for me, it wasn't so much in the first episode, but like I knew who her master was. The second she was in his little shop asking for the poison and he knew the Sith code, I'm like, oh, he's the guy. He's her master, and he's shadowing her. Because why would he know the Sith code? Why would he know that the piece is a lie part? It's not public knowledge. So I knew it was him the whole time. It was painfully obvious. So yeah, the shocking reveal was not so much of a shock, but it's like, yeah, homeboy knows the Sith code. He's the guy. He's the guy. Because the story could have been, because obviously Venestra he's a fallen Jedi. Venestra was his master. And she tried to kill him. That's why he had the scars. He had light whip scars on his back. You know, and that's fine. But that could have been the story, is he's using May to draw out his master by killing, just sending her off to slaughter Jedi who were connected to some incident on her home planet, and that's why she was easy to manipulate. No. Venestra, the green-skinned bald one, who was kind of the one behind all the cover-up and, ended up lying about Saul to the politicians. Yeah, she was... That's why she recognized him when he didn't have the helmet on. They all thought he was dead. And that's why Yord was like, you Because so Yord obviously knew him. They were probably Padawans together or something, you know. Yeah, they could have been all about him wanting his revenge. Let's execute this plan, draw her out of hiding, and then I can kill her. It didn't play a practical element in the show. She used it one time to kill a bug. Literally used it one time to kill a bug. But yeah, light whips have been a thing in Star Wars for a while. Was it Lumia? I think her name was. There was back in the comics and in the books. You know, she was not a regular opponent of Luke Skywalker, but you'd see her from time to time in the old books, the now legends. The now legend. She was a foil for Luke off and on for like 30 years, and she had a light whip. I think she used to be an Emperor's Hand, and then like in the later books after like the Yuzan Vong War and all that, she became the Dark Lady of the Sith. And spoiler alert, if you haven't read 20-year-old books by now, I don't know what to fucking tell you. But Luke marries Mara Jade, and they have a kid named Ben. And then Mara gets murdered, and Luke thought it was her. Luke goes and kills Lumia. Turns out it was. It was actually Luke or Han and Leia's son. His name was Jason. He fell to the dark side. He became a Sith. So Leia and Han had 3 kids. They had a pair of twins, Jason and Janna. And then they had a son that they named Anakin. Anakin dies in the Yuzan Vong War. Oh, well, speaking of dying, I'm about to get my ass handed to me by this hyperdrive bundle. Yeah, Anakin dies holding, basically so this strike team of Jedi can escape. He holds the line until he dies, until they kill him. And, like, his death is felt by all the Force users across the galaxy. Yeah, they missed a lot of opportunities in the Acolyte. They could have done a lot, but they did not. They did not do any of it. But so yeah, so obviously all of Luke or all of Han and Leia's kids have become Jedi. Anakin is extremely powerful, but he dies. He had a purple lightsaber. So did Mara. But then Jason was actually insanely strong with the Force, but fell to the darks because he was exploring all of it. Sorry, okay, we'll be. I'll stop nerding out. I'll stop nerding out on Star Wars, but yeah. The most shots I've ever had Greedo do consecutively was probably in the Crate Dragon raid. I think he did like 7, 8, 9, something like that. I stopped counting after a few seconds. But yeah, I've had him go ham before. But I haven't used Greedo in a team outside of the Crate Dragon raid in years. Oh, wow. So this was not the massacre I thought it was going to be. So, but yeah, light whips have been a thing for a long time. Like, the fact that one was coming to live action didn't bother me at all. I mean, and there's even like explanations as to how the light whips work. You know, there's a flexible line, and and it's like lined with the crystals, and that's how it functions, or something along those lines. You know, I mean, they've explained how it works, and I mean, and it's all sci-fi. You know, I mean, you either just accept it at that point, or you accept their technology at that point, or you don't. You know, you accept hyperdrives. You might as well accept light whips. You know. Well, I think that I haven't read any of the High Republic comics or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure that Venestra character is from the books or the comics. So she might have had it, or probably did have it in the books or the comics. Because there's all kinds of exotic lightsabers in the Old Republic days. Like I was looking at I was looking at a book. It was nothing but lightsabers, and they had a section for the High Republic. And like, yeah, there's some crazy ass lightsabers that they had back then. And now, why the Jedi stopped having so many crazy ass lightsabers, I have no idea. That's never explained. They just went away. They just went away for whatever reason. And I've been talking. I only meant to do a couple of these, and I've just been talking and went like, no. And here, that's the thing. The average audience doesn't know any of that. In fact, I would even say that the majority of the above average audience doesn't know that. There, you know, it's like people's big complaint was, oh, if you didn't watch the Clone Wars cartoon, are you even going to know what's going on with Ahsoka? Well, you're not going to know everything. You know, if you didn't watch Rebels, you're not going to understand. But I mean, the assumption is, hey, if you're a Star Wars fan and you're tuning into this show, you're at least going to have some familiarity with it. Yeah, I mean, they're telling a continuing story. You just kind of have to accept that. You're going to die from dots. Let's see if we can kill you. Not quite. Well, and here's the thing. It's not like you can't today sit down and start binging the Clone Wars. Or you can go to the recommended playlists that Disney has for all those cartoons and watch the essential stuff. You don't need to watch every episode, but you know, if you want to watch the big moments that they're choosing to connect stories that they're telling now back to, there's a playlist for it. You know, it's like 10 or 12 half-an-hour episodes. It's 3 hours out of your life or whatever. It's not a huge time commitment. You can kind of get the gist. Or you sit down and watch the show. Like, okay, we'll take Ahsoka for example. Oh, it's Star Wars, but I don't know who Ahsoka is. All right, you pick up your smartphone when you go to take a poop, and you Google Ahsoka Tano. You spend 5 minutes reading the wiki about her. You're up to speed. Or you hit pause on the show, pick up your phone, Google Ahsoka, you're up to speed. I don't know who Sabine is. Same thing. I don't know who Ezra is. Same thing. Like, I don't know who... Like, you can find out all the information without having to watch a single thing. You just have to be willing to find the information. You know, I don't think it's necessarily Lucasfilm's responsibility to spoon feed every single thing. Now, could they have done like a little catch-up, like, quick snippet thing where they showed some of these past events before Ahsoka started? Sure, they could have done that, but they didn't. So, if you don't know, go find out. It's not hard. And if you do want to watch the shows, you can either watch the playlist or watch the whole thing. But I some of that stuff that they're pulling this thing from is some of the best Star Wars stuff that they've ever done. You know, Rebels had moments where it went to being like, oh, this is a very like non-serious kiddie cartoon show, but you still watched the episodes. But then they also did some of the best Star Wars storytelling they've ever done. The way they handled Kanan's story, the way they handled Ezra's, the way they handled all of it. You know, you hit those key episodes, and they're all fantastic. I mean, the episodes leading up to the series finale, you know, as it relates to Kanan and all that, fantastic. The episodes that relates to Ahsoka coming face to face with Anakin again, fantastic. Like, they did some really, really good Star Wars storytelling. And if you don't have time to watch it, Google it. Read the wiki. It's not hard. Or just watch the show and be like, I don't know exactly who this is or why or whatever. And that's fine, but just watch the events as they unfold. You'll pick up some of it, I promise you. Oh, ad break. We are back in an ad break. Okay. Ooh, we've been going for an hour already. Where are we at for these? Ooh, 2 achievements. All right, let's claim these all-important 20 crystals. What do we have to do still? Squad Arena and Mod Energy. Okay. Let's see here. If you had no idea of Rebels, and who cares about finding Ezra? Fair enough. Also still pissed Ezra and Sabine never resolved Sabine bringing Thrawn back to the galaxy. Pretty big F up. If they want me to forgive them for that, then Ezra needs to be nefarious now, and Thrawn and him are working together in some form. Ad break ends in 15 seconds, and then we'll talk about that. What was the other thing we needed to do? A squad arena, that's right. All right, ads are back. Well, yes, you are. Okay. So, yeah, the Thrawn in the cartoon is not quite the Thrawn that we are. Okay, well, we'll just do that. Squad arena's done. We'll head over to territory battle. Yeah, this is a nerfed version of Thrawn, at least in the cartoon. He's not the same. Oh, we're so close to getting another level. Do we get XP in territory battle? Yeah, no, it's not a big deal. Okay, we got a star. What are we looking like here? 1.9 million for a star, and we are... Okay, let's... We'll see if they can obey this order. Yeah, cartoon Thrawn wasn't nearly as effective as book Thrawn ever was, and that's okay. That's okay. It's not ideal, but it's okay. Like book Thrawn built up his strength in secret and then came out swinging and had the Republic on the brink of collapse, and then had a couple of bad things just not go his way, and then ended up losing. Like he was that close. And I mean, that was over a three book series, which they're kind of sort of loosely adapting for this. But I mean, so far live action Thrawn has been succeeding, but here's my thing. You brought up him and Ezra working together. Why did he let Ezra live? Why did he let Ezra roam that planet freely? Why did he not have him killed or imprisoned? Why did he let him go? It's very curious. But Thrawn is also very methodical, you know, plans out way in advance, blah, blah, blah. So I mean, I don't really know. Um, also Ezra very conveniently got a ship and flew to the Republic. Um, I think a lot of people would be absolutely furious if it turns out Ezra has fallen to the dark side. I, I don't know how the community of Star Wars would handle that. That said, I kind of want to see it because I also don't care. Because it's the other thing. The state of Star Wars right now, there are quite a few Jedi out there running around for there to be, there's a lot of Jedi running around. We still don't know what Cal Kestis's ultimate fate's going to be. He's got this hidden planet. My brother thinks that they are going to, at some point, have like Grogu and Mando meet up with an older Cal and an older Ezra and Sabine and Ahsoka and all that, and they're all going to go live on that hidden planet from Survivor. It's either that or they got to start killing them. Well, but Ezra has been dark side. That's the other thing, is Ezra was very, very close to a full-on fall to the dark side in the Rebels cartoon. So, but he also seemed like he was very interested in protecting those turtle, snail people. I don't know if they ever gave them a name. But there's a lot of Jedi running around. Quite a lot of Jedi running around. So they either need to kill him or send him away, because why aren't they involved? Like, why weren't they there to stop the New Republic? Like, people don't want to think that Grogu gets murdered by Kylo Ren at Luke's academy. Like, nobody wants to deal with that. And I definitely don't want that to be his ultimate fate, that something happens to Mando, and so Grogu goes back to Luke, and then he ends up getting murked by Ben. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Ezra is probably going to do a thing with the whales again, where he goes to get them and bring them back, or they all decide that they're just going to stay there on that planet. I don't know. There's a lot. It's a lot. It's quite a bit. Well, yeah, so that's the other thing. How are they? They're going to have to include Luke. They're going to have to include Luke, and I think, frankly, they need to recast Leia. Whether they do a CGI thing or they get her daughter Billy to do it, and then CGI her face, I don't know, but I don't see how they don't include live-action Luke, Leia, and Han in any of this. Like, Orlando even. These are the heroes of the rebellion, and they're just going to sit it out while the New Republic is being attacked. I just don't see that happening. I mean, Mark Hamill has pretty much already come out and said that Sebastian Stan, Bucky, the Winter Soldier, they look enough alike that he would be completely fine with him playing the role. I don't think Harrison Ford gives a shit. And the Leia one's I think the hardest one to recast, but I think they could do Billy Lord. Yeah, but Disney has also shown themselves to be very, very, very hesitant with wanting to recast people. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how any of it's going to go, but yeah, the brand should be bigger. And Disney should have recast T'Challa when we lost Chadwick. They should have. T'Challa is too big of a character to sideline. He's too important in all of it, and he's too important to just people who are fans of the character to not have him around is just not great. And there was tons of people who could have stepped in, and it's not like we are a pretty sophisticated group of people these days. It's not like we wouldn't understand. Okay, I want to try to get this level. What can we sim? Can we multi-sim? How many can we get? 2? How many? I don't want to spend 100 crystals to get a level. Let's see. How much XP am I going to get? 32, and I need how much? Oh, I need more than 32. All right. Well, I'll come back and get the level. I'll let my energy recharge, I guess. We'll come back and get the level afterwards. Yes, they recast Iron Man's buddy, William Hurt. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. I just popped a General Veers. Look at that. Look at that. What is there anything else I can do for XP? Does this give any XP at all? No. No, it does not. Son of a bitch. Okay, we'll just come back. I'll come back, or we'll ding the level tomorrow. It's not a big deal. We'll head over to the main account now. Yeah, they recast Iron Man's buddy. William Hurt died. He was Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. They're replacing him with Harrison Ford. Like, zero problems recasting a lot of things. But they don't want to recast T'Challa. Game of Thrones did do some recasting. They replaced, I can't remember his name, but whoever was playing the Mountain originally got replaced by Half-Bjor. Like, was it Beric? Beric Dondarrion got replaced with a different actor. Because he only appeared like in one scene. Ned was talking to him on the Iron Throne about going, I think he was tasked with actually going to capture the Mountain. So I think it was Beric Beric Dondarrion got recast. But yeah, we're a sophisticated people. We understand Chadwick died, and we're sad about it. We're very, very sad about it. We're insanely sad about it. That's not the point. We know why it's not like you're recasting Chadwick because he did a bad job. He had cancer and he hit it and passed away. I mean, come on. We're not dumb people. Anywho. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how they continue to tell these stories by hiding Luke and Leia and Han. There's just almost no way that they can do it. So, and I thought Alden Ehrenreich, I thought he did a good job as a young Han. Like, is he a spitting image of Harrison Ford? No, but who is? We'll just roll with it. I mean, Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Leia are literally the heroes for 2 different generations of people, at minimum two generations. There's a lot of people that grew up with, these are my heroes. All those characters. So, yeah. And he is. He is. They did an awesome thing with him in Battlefront 2. And we haven't gotten that in live action yet. The closest we got is when he came, spoiler alert, to rescue or to get Grogu and, rescue everybody else in the process. Or saved everybody else in the process. That's the closest we've gotten. And believe me when I'm telling you. I don't know. I can't remember how many years ago that was now. How many years ago was that? Hold on. I'm doing a quick Google search. Bear with me. It was released on Disney Plus on December 18th of 2020. Now, I will tell you, I woke up early that morning and watched it before I went to work. At that time, I was 40 years old. Okay, so 40-year-old man watching a television episode that I was engrossed with anyways. Like, I was all about it. And then Luke Skywalker showed up. And I became a 4-year-old kid again watching that. And I just can't even. Like, so freaking, I cried. I was so freaking happy that I cried. Because they finally are showing us the Luke that we always knew. That we always knew and wanted. I watched it over and over and over again. It's one of my favorite Star Wars moments. Most of my favorite Star Wars moments revolve around Luke showing up and doing the heroic Luke shit. Or him just being the heroic Luke, you know? Yeah, it was like finally they gave it to us. And you know what show I want them to make? I want them to make a show, and they can call it whatever, but like my headcanon says, they should call it Tales of a Jedi. And it should be Rosario Dawson, and then they can do whoever for Luke. They can do the CGI stand-in, whatever. But it's Ahsoka and Luke, and it's Ahsoka telling Luke stories about Anakin. Who wouldn't watch that fucking show? Who wouldn't watch that show and get Leia in there too. Get Leia in there. Have Ahsoka, the person who's still alive, who knew Anakin the best, telling his kids who never got to know Anakin, they only knew Vader really, telling them stories. And they can tell things about the Clone Wars that they never covered in the cartoons. They can do all sorts, but have Ahsoka, the only living person in the galaxy who can say they really, really knew Anakin, telling his kids stories about him. And then, like, obviously they just do the intros, and then, like, she can be the voiceover or whatever. I mean, come on. It's right there. Exactly. There's any number of ways they can do it. But who would not watch that show? And then you could do a live action Rex going alongside of it too. You know what I'm saying? The possibilities are endless. And Hayden obviously can still handle it. Look at how he did in Ahsoka. And you could bring back Ewan McGregor. Like, there's just it's such a big world of possibilities. Oh, Leaper, something. Yeah, no, it was a good movie. He's a good actor. I mean, you can't fault him for the script. And frankly, like, if you ever find a copy, they're kind of hard to find now, but if you ever find a copy or get your hands on a copy of the oh, hey, here's some happy news, guys. Bones, friend of the channel, Bones. His Twitch account got suspended mysteriously, and it only took 2 days, but he got it restored to him. So, friend of the channel, Bones. He's also on Twitch and YouTube. Streams all sorts of games. Fantastic guy. Has an awesome podcast. He got his account back. So, that is fantastic news. But yes, he got it back. Apparently, all of his previous content, though, appears to be gone. I haven't confirmed. I need to speak with him, but yeah, that's amazing news. So we're happy for Bones over here that he's back on Twitch. I hope it was just a simple error, and I hope they can get his old stuff restored as well. But the important thing is he's back. But it sounds like Donald Glover is. They're going to move forward with his Young Lando project, which is fantastic. Um, but I mean, God, yeah, they don't need to do anything. But I mean, I would just love it if they would do a show where it's just literally Ahsoka telling Anakin's kids about both. She can tell them about Padme and Anakin. She can tell them about all of that. You know, like there's a huge world that they can explore because people aren't tired of it. I don't think. Like to me, it seems like unless I'm totally misreading what people were saying when Anakin showed up on Ahsoka, it was the best to a lot of people, the absolute best moments of the show. I know I was super excited. So what we have 2 more days, 1 more day. Tomorrow should be the last day that I have to worry about farming this. But tomorrow we get the assault battle for the Duel of the Fates. So we got that to look forward to. Oh, and we are currently at 78 followers. I mean, I never thought I'd hit 10, much less hit the 50, much less be at 78. Um, but my beautiful wife has said she will buy me a new streaming chair when we get 100. So help this old fat man get a better chair and just spread the word, spread the love a little bit. We just need 22 more, which I think we can get very, very quickly. But god damn, let me tell you, I need a new chair. This office chair that we bought just as a temporary thing, it just ain't holding my fat ass as well as I'd like a chair to. This is a brand new chair. It's not enough chair. I'm a big guy. I'm a very big guy. Yeah, I'm 6'3", 290 pounds, sitting in a chair that's probably built for somebody who's like 5'11", 200 pounds. But yeah, it's a brand new chair. It's a great chair. I mean, my plan actually is to like give it to Sam because there's nothing my little autistic kid loves more than sitting in a chair that spins and just getting spun around. He might as well be at Disneyland. That's how much fun he has. Because it's a big sensory thing for him. So yeah, I will hand the chair off to him to be a plaything. But yeah, we're going for a better chair over here. Well, you get to farm it every day. Once the way the marquee events work now is you unlock the character and then you get to farm the nodes that you're eligible for gear and crystals and stuff for a week, and then it goes away. So, but yeah, every day all the nodes reset and you can get if you can go in and keep getting shards. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's 2 p.m. Although I wish they would line it up a little bit better because it's like territory battle starts at 1, this starts at 2. Like just have all of it. Yes, Pete, I love the new marquee structure too. It's very, very friendly. It's way more the value if you're going to spend the money on the characters. There's a lot more value to it now for going for higher stars. It's an outstanding positive. It's an outstanding positive change. I would like to see them take it just a little bit farther, but it would be nice to be able to get to 6 stars for less than triple figures. Depending on luck, obviously, which I've never had that luck. I've never had a 330 shard drop except on those special packs that they sell on like May the 4th or for the anniversary of the game, where it's like guaranteed 330 drop. And I've bought them a couple of times. I don't know why I'm like, where? Let me show you what they are. They're not in here. I don't know why I'm even looking. I bought them a couple times, and all but one time I've gotten characters I've already had. 5, 5, 7, and 5. Sorry, Arnold. Sorry. Don't sue me. Don't sue me. Like Arnold even knows I exist. He might, though. He might hear somebody sing one of my songs and come looking for me. All right, so let's take a look at what's happening here. Now, if you're not exact... Okay, we're on our way. That would really... It's, first of all, Arnold has to discover me. Arnold has to find out that I exist. And then, second of all, if that ever happens and Arnold says, hey, do you want to stream with me? I'll just be like, just tell me when, boss, and I'll be there. Like, I would never, ever, ever presume to try to dictate terms to Arnold. I'm older than him by far, but he is on the ladder of streamers. He's at the top for this game. So rank is going to outweigh age, and he's the emperor, and you know, the king of Triple B and all that. You know, what am I? I'm just an old fat man sitting here playing video games and talking to all you fine people. But Pete, thank you for the follow, my friend. It's good to have you here. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. It's lovely to have another new face here. Speaking of old and fat, I've got a 16-pound cat eyeballing me, and if he comes my way, it might be painful because he's running from the dog. So if you see fur and claws and hear me yelling, that's what happened. Which I think would probably be just as entertaining as watching me fail on this this fleet battle. How do I want to do this? Do I want to do Chimera? I have my Chimera today. Yeah. He's our youngest cat. Wife one morning wakes up and goes, hey, I want an orange cat. And I said, all right, let's look for one. And then she holds up her phone, and I'm like, oh, so she found the cat. She fell in love with the cat on Facebook, and she's like, let's go adopt the cat. So we went and adopted the cat. But yeah, he's a big boy. He's a very big boy. He's heavy, but he's solid. He's very, very solid. He's also very skittish. He's not like, if he's laying in his safe space, he'll let you come up and pet him. Well, he'll let me come up and pet him. He lets my wife do whatever. He's a mama's boy. Like, pretty much all but one of the animals are all mama's boys. Well, I hope I do okay. It's just, this one, I was shocked that we beat yesterday, and I will be even more stunned if we manage to win today's. Especially, we're not going to have the... If I go with Chimera, we're not going to have the... Yeah, maybe I will do Executrix just so I can get the extra couple of TIE fighters. Just because that's one more thing for them to shoot at, potentially. Spread the damage out until I can get rolling. Because I still am going to be kind of dependent on TIE Defender. On the good old TIE Defender carry. But here's the thing. I'm either going to get just absolutely blown out of the water, or I'll be able to get going and I'll have a chance. It never goes any other way. But, I mean, this is also... They didn't do it today, but this is also a battle that they... Traditionally, they, being the leadership of this guild, will flag and say, don't waste your time. Don't even bother doing it. And we're like, well, okay. Okay, we won't. But they just get so many turns right out of the gate. It's kind of nuts. Okay, but we're getting TIE Defender out, so that's a plus. I don't think they stealth nerfed this, but I mean, I guess it's possible. But this is how it went yesterday too. I actually oh, never mind. Never mind. Game over, folks. Game over. Oh, ad break. Yeah. Now, this is typically there will be a flag on this mission where the guild leadership just don't even waste your time, but there's I mean, it's roughly the equivalent of deploying anyways. You're still putting the points into the pool, but we also don't go for any stars today, so they don't really care so much if we win it. But yeah, I'm kind of shocked that normally they put the big Ghostbuster sign over and say don't even waste your time, but I don't mind wasting my time. It gives me something to show you guys. Okay. Reek, where's Acklay? Acclay's right here. No, that's next to you. Acclay's right here. So I believe this is Acklay. I need to double check. And see, my officers are slacking today, and they're gonna hear it from me. But normally they put the labels down here. This is the Acklay and the Reek in the next to you. But yeah, this should be Acklay. Yeah. And today, for Acklay, I use Inquisitors. Tomorrow, I will use something else because Inquisitors will be spoken for the Riva mission, assuming we continue to do it, because right now, as it stands, everybody in the guild has Riva unlocked, which has not been the case for the past couple of TBs, because we got a member in who came from a guild who hadn't quite unlocked her yet. So we've been working on that for them, and we accomplished that the last time. Oh. Yeah, there's one bundle that's like $65 or something like that, and it's got like 10 Zetas and a bunch. It's got a decent amount of relic gear in there. If it was half the price, and I think were there crystals in there too? I can't remember, but if it was half the price, I would possibly maybe consider it, but okay. I'm all paranoid because none of this is labeled next to you. Okay. Yeah, sometimes the inconsistency of how they value the bundles just staggers my mind on occasion. Thought we had a chance. Yeah, they're dying off. There was $100 bundle in there. I didn't see that at all. I'll have to go and take a peek when we're done here. And by here, I mean with this mission. I'm very curious. $100. That yeah, that's a hell of an ask. That is a hell of an ask. That's a massive price tag. And he's going to die right there. Good God. Okay. Hang on. Let's go take a peek at this. Okay, so $100, he said. $100. So this is the one I was referring to. I mean, that adds quite a bit of value. And I mean, we all know Kairos are priceless. This is an okay bundle. The price is a little too steep. If they knocked $20 off, like say if it was like 35 or whatever, it would be a steal. The 3,000 crystals, that's, I mean, it does add $30 in value, but it's not quite, I mean, it's almost $30 in value, but it's just not quite, the rest of it's not quite worth $30 to me. But it's not the worst deal, especially if you're low on crystals and you're like, hey, I was going to buy crystals anyways. Yeah, I mean, you know, or if you desperately need the Zetas and desperately need the relic gear. Because, I mean, this is a decent amount of signal data, and, you know, we're always short on these two things. These are so easy to farm that this will never move my needle on a purchase. You know, but this stuff, yeah, it's not as good of a value as it should be, but it's not terrible. Yo, no. If you're buying that just for Zetas, you're unlock a Dr. Afro Chase bundle, unlock a free pack. What's the free pack? Purchase this one and get a free one. Okay. Oh, and these are crafted. Okay, so that's not horrible. Crafted pieces. I mean, it's just, is it guaranteed to give you all the crafted pieces? No. Yeah, okay. So, not a good value. But you do get a free pack. I mean, and if it's equal to that, then, you know, cut that price in half. You're $15 or whatever. I'm not seeing this $100 pack you were talking about. There's the Star Killer one. Each bundle gives an equal chance for one of the following: 50 shards for Dash plus all this gear. Yeah, this is horrible. This is a horrible purchase. Don't buy this. Don't buy that. Just don't do it. Still looking for this $100 bundle. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, if that was 50 guaranteed for everybody, it still wouldn't be a great deal. It's not bad. But if this was all like, say if that was 25, 50, 25, and this was guaranteed 50 for each one, it's still overpriced. But I mean, yeah, there's next to zero value. You have to be, you said you looked up, okay, so you looked up a piece of gear for Gungans. So let's look up somebody, Morgan. Let's look up a fully crafted relic piece. Fine. Let's see if it brings up a bundle. And no $100 bundle there. Do you remember what gear piece it was? Yeah, no, exactly. That's a good value, Pete, for sure. So this one I just searched for. So it's a bundle that seems like it's tailored to you. It doesn't seem like it's available to everybody, Hippo. Because that's this Mark 12 Armatech Fusion Furnace. Yeah, it's not offering me. It's offering me a $25 bundle. Where jump on this special offer containing one full piece of gear and essential gear salvage. This bundle works 2 cards as follows. Contains one. Card 1 contains an equal chance to obtain one of the following full pieces of gear. Card 2 guarantees salvage. Yeah, I don't know. I know I get off, every now and again I'm like, oh, hey, look at this. Like, I'll tell my guild, I'll be like, oh, hey, look at this offer. And they'll be like, where'd you find that? And I tell them how I found it. And they're like, oh, we don't have that. I do know from watching a video, like, you'll get these Jawa scavenger deals here in the store. And those are algorithmed to what you're farming. So if you ever notice that, like, if you farm a certain something a certain day, you know, for a certain number of days, all of a sudden it'll start popping up there. It's because the game is tracking what you're farming and trying to offer you a deal. 200 shock prod, 100 laptop, 50 of 6 different gold gears and 2 other pieces for $100. I mean, very rarely it'll give me Zetas. Last week I had some Zetas popping up in there, but yeah, it wasn't. It was like, I want to say it was 6 Zetas in the 3200 and 4 in the 1600, and then 1 in the 800. Yeah, gear for money is a tough one. You can, especially considering, your raid is, you're hopefully raiding once a week. You're getting the currency. Every 2 weeks, you're doing this. You're getting this currency. You've got Shard Shop. There's a lot of ways to get gear without spending money. If it's a time crunch thing and you're like, oh God, I need a gear 12 piece ASAP so I can get into this event, that's extreme. But if you have to go that route to get that event to unlock that character, that's one of those times where I'm going to say, well, do you want to wait another month or do you need the character now? If you need the character right away, you can maybe talk your way into spending the money. As I have talked myself into spending the money on those circumstances at least once or twice. 3 times, 4. I mean, 7, 8, 9 tops, 7, 8, or 9. I mean, you're probably better off. In truth, you'd probably be better off buying the individual pieces with crystals as opposed to anything else. Potentially. Because I mean, at least so if you're earning. Most of us are probably earning 600-ish crystals a day on average. I think is probably, if you're in the, if you're getting in the top 20 of your fleet arena and then you've got a decent GAC where you're getting a couple hundred from there, you're getting a couple hundred from fleet arena. 500-600 is probably a typical player's daily crystal income. So you look at that, 3,500 a week. If you... My family is being insane. Why is my family being insane? And now they're ignoring me. I don't know if you can hear them being insane in the background. Oh. No, they're not being insane. Sam's being not a good kid. Honey. I might have to go and get involved in this. Do you need me to come get involved? Uh-oh. All right, well, we might find out here in a minute that I am going to need to go and deal with a rowdy autistic child. Or to help because my wife's trying to finish her workday. So we'll just keep going until, if I have to go, I have to go. Sometimes this is going to happen. This will not be the first time I've had to dip out of a stream all of a sudden because, Sammy's a really good kid. He's the best. But every now and again, he has days. And he might be working his way towards one of those days right now. Odds are you will need some of it in the future, if not all of it. Not every character needs the visors or the wrist braces or whatever, but it's nice to have it sitting there when you do need it. Well, here's the thing with Sam. Most days are great. It's just sometimes he comes up with games. It's the best way I can put it is some days he comes up with games and then some days those games just start to get out of hand and then when you try to shut them down, he takes it kind of hard. and doesn't want to shut it down because he's having fun. Your fun might have stopped, but his fun is still continuing, and he doesn't really get why he needs to stop. You know what? Houndstooth, you need to taunt more than I need Boba Fett. Hi, Sam. Oh. Yeah, he's mad. He's mad. He's a mad child. It happens. All right, well, I am kind of leaning towards, hey, when I get done with this fleet battle, I will just go ahead and, unless he calms down in the next couple minutes, just go ahead and end the stream and go and be dad for a little bit. And let his mom finish her work day. I mean, she's done in 45 minutes, so she doesn't need much. But are you sure, honey? Babe, it's not a big deal. Everybody who follows this channel knows the deal and understands. It's a good bunch of people we got. Wow, I might actually lose this. This would be a first in a very long time. But some days the RNG just flows against you, and this might be one of those days. We're very close, though. We're very close. I mean, we got a shot. We're not in great shape, but we got a shot. Because these debuffs and these heals don't help anything. Of course, we don't get to... Oh, come on. Oh, God damn it. All right, well. I don't know if I misplayed or what the deal was, but... I feel like losing the... I felt like I lost the taunt on Houndstooth, and forcing that heal instead of getting the reinforcement out kind of set up a chain reaction. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set Hut Cartel up on auto and go and check in with the family. And then I'll come back to either continue streaming or to wrap it up. So we'll find out here in a second. So enjoy the show. I'll be back in just a minute. Wow, I can get a situation resolved with my family before Java can kill this thing? Come on, Java. Oh yeah, get to work on your Chimera, bro. It was just as I thought. Sammy was playing a game he didn't want to end, so when my wife said game over, he got upset. It's very understandable. Would tick off a little kid without autism, I think. So everything's nice and calm. So we'll be able to keep pushing forward on TB. So, how many ultimates did Jabba get? 2? That's a lot of ultimates. And, you know, every time I've gone to work on Hondo, something more important has come along. And I'm never going to work on young Lando. Ever. Ever. And what can I... Well, what should I use here? Normally, I would do bounty hunters. But they are... they're kind of carved up. Like, I don't have Mando. I don't have my Cyan of Django. They're in platoons. So, a little hesitant to use them for anything because the insta-kills kind of come in handy. Oh, I can... Do I have a full First Order team? Oh, I do. Okay, we'll do First Order. This will be fun. Ugh. Actually, should have done. Yeah. Other than the unaligned force user mission on Zepho, there's not really an unaligned force user mission, and it's a light side one. So there's not really a great spot to get to use, you know, like Terran or even Star Killer to their full potential. It's kind of a bummer. I mean, I could have thrown Mandalorians at this too. That would have been fun. Ugh. That's the problem child right there. I was really hoping he would die to Unmasked as opposed to SLKR, but oh, come on. God, I hate these things sometimes. My SLKR is almost 600 speed. Like, he just completely outrun. How are we doing? Still, yeah, they just, even though I'm not dependent on this ability to get this mission done, they want us to wait. Kind of a bummer. We'll see if it's just going to be a bad fleet battle day, because even this one can go sideways on you. All depends on how quick you get Scythe out. There we go. Oh, look, we got ultimate already. So this one went well. When this fleet's working, it's working. But there are days when the assists just don't come, and it costs you the fight. It's just the way it is. And this, doing Braca might be my least favorite of all the planets, just because of the waves upon waves upon waves. You have to kill everything, and there's just so freaking much to kill. Oop, no. And this is the other reason. I cannot use him. Cannot use him. And almost did just then, without even thinking about it, because that's the normal team. I did use these guys once with Padme, and it just, outside of GAC, I'm just not blown away by their damage. I'm just not. It's kind of disappointing. Alright, he's got the Jedi Knight buff now, so everybody's got the Jedi Knight buff, so that's a plus for sure. I mean, it just isn't fun. It's just not fun having to work your way through just stacks and stacks of stormtroopers just to actually get the kills to stick. It's just not a good time. And frankly, it's probably not great content either. But I mean, it is what it is. There, you can see the methods and the teams and stuff like that. I guess there's that, but this is just not a fun mission setup. There's nothing super challenging about it. You're not building up to anything spectacular. It's just you're plotting your way through where you have to kill one guy 5 times and kill the rest of them for it to stick. It's just not fun. It's just a grind. This infinite reinforcements or whatever the buff is called. It's kind of a, what is this called? Endless ranks. Yeah, it's just not a great mechanic. And we are in an ad break for 20 more seconds. I wish I could get an overlay on the screen that I'm playing on so I could see it a lot easier. I probably can. I need to figure it out. And everybody's back. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we're going to get to the Baraka mission on this stream, so I'm not sure how I'll handle it, if I'll do it tomorrow morning. Because, I mean, I need to get it done before 1 o'clock. I got to see when that Qui-Gon, when the new assault battle is kicking off. Maybe I'll just hop on and do it. You got yourself some snacks? Good. I've just been sitting here killing the same stormtroopers over and over for the past, what feels like an hour, but mostly like 10 minutes, because that's how much fun this is. Yeah, I'll check to see when that when the assault battle, if it launches in the morning or if it launches in the afternoon. Because if it launches in the morning, I can do that and then do the Baraka mission. And oh, you're Padawan, Obi? I know there's a lot of people who are upset that him and Qui-Gon are on Cantina nodes, but hey, it lets you finish them faster, and there's a lot to be said for that. Yeah, you have to sacrifice some signal data or spend a shit ton of crystals. There's that. But you definitely, you're not spending crystals on refreshes. Connection error. Okay. Sorry. We had a show playing on Hulu and we just got connection error, and I'm like, oh god, is my internet going out? But it's not. It's back. So whatever was happening resolved itself. Yeah, let's go see what's happening with the I'll grab this while I'm here. So that event, hopefully. Oh yeah, it'll kick off. It'll be on in the morning, so that's what we'll do. I'll come back in the morning to do the Baraka mission, and we'll knock through this assault battle. Believe it or not, my Radis still isn't 7 stars, so I have to do that as well. So we'll make a little bit of a thing out of it, and then maybe we'll go to the free-to-play account, and then I'll do a bigger territory battle thing in the afternoon with Riva and unlocking Mandalore, because we got the 2 special missions tomorrow, and then we can play around on Zepho as well. So that's how we'll do that, I think. That's how we'll do that. And then, ooh, hang on. Since we're here, raid, what are we looking like? What does it take? Okay, so here probably Thursday. It's looking like we'll launch that. So that's awesome. Yeah, tomorrow's the big day with the Reva mission and then with unlocking Mandalore mission. So yeah, we'll just hold off on this one until tomorrow morning. We'll get up and do it first thing. Okay, so we'll do Rebels for here, and then I think I will throw the Mandalorians at the other one. I'm not sure I've done that. Oh, that sounds like fun to me. So we will R2, Captain Rex. Yes, Chubio. He's fun. He's fun under her. You know, and you're saying only 5 stars, dude. You're already 5 stars with your Obi-Wan. You'll get it done quick. And then, you know, obviously depending on gear, you've got a lot of work to do still, but he's great for the raid. Do you have a Quadme? Do you have her up and running? Do you have her unlocked? And that's why he's fun, folks. That's why he's fun under Leia. Because of that. Because he ramps the damage on that ability for every kill. And when you're looking at the number of kills that you're getting total, it's just beautiful. It's just a lot of fun. Now that was fun. And that was fast. That didn't feel like as much of a grind. Oh, God. Arnold just posted a video. I haven't watched it, but it said, and I quote, "Watch out for this invincibility glitch." What did CG F up now? Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to be heading straight to that video when I'm done here. Because I did hit something weird against her Santon the other day in Grand Arena. And I kind of have an inkling that that might be what this is about. Ooh, I was worried there for a second. It seemed like it was going to freeze up. Okay. Okay, I'm pulling up the Arnold video on my phone because if I kind of want to watch it on low volume, and if it's, you know, if it's something super serious or if it's just a silly little thing, then I kind of want to know and share that with you. Unless you're over there watching it or want to watch it on your own, it's fine. But my curiosity is definitely getting me right now. Nice. All right, we're gonna finish this on auto. Let me pull this up real quick to see what he's saying. So it would appear so there seems to be a bug with tanks on the level 6. At the start of their turn, tanks gain 20% of their max health as max protection. The first time they lose all their protection, they recover 100% protection, give 50% max. Whenever tanks are inflicted with a debuff, they taunt for 2 turns. While taunting, they receive 50% less damage and assist when allies use a special ability. Apparently, with Galactic Legend tanks, it is causing a potential almost unkillable condition. Watch Arnold's video for the full thing, but I mean that's pretty important considering where we're heading for Grand Arena starting up soon. So if it becomes a problem, it might even be one of those situations where they shut down GAC until they get it fixed. We've all seen that happen at least once or twice. It's been a while since it's had to happen, but there's a chance it could happen if a Datacron glitch is causing issues and they can't get it fixed in time. There's a very strong chance that you could see GAC postponed. Could happen. It hasn't happened in a while. It's very, very rare. But just a heads up. That's what's going on out there right now. All right. So since we can't do the Jedi Knight Cal mission or the Zepho unlock mission, we will just hit it first thing in the morning. So that is the plan for right now. So look for me about 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is roughly when I'll hop on to do it. Maybe a little earlier, might be a little later. It'll depend. But anyway, everybody, awesome stream. Thank you for being here. I'm going to go get ready for supper and all that fun stuff. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck to you and your TBs. Hopefully your GACs look good. We'll find out here in about 20 minutes how GAC is going to look potentially on my end. And yeah, just keep grinding, keep going forward, keep pushing forward, guys. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow morning. It'll be a quick one. We'll do the special events. We'll do the Cal thing, and then we'll do a big TB one in the afternoon again. So until then, guys, take care, and we will see you tomorrow.